Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing is a full review of the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation Stick. Now I have it in the shade 1.0 and it not only has foundation on one side, it also actually has a contour stick specific to my color on the other side. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. It's the first kind of thing that has come out like this. And I really love the Smashbox line, so I'm excited to try out this foundation. And don't forget, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this video and you want to see more, or if you just like me. And yeah, so let's get started. All right, so my face has already been prepped, primed. I got my concealer on already, got my eye makeup, my brows. Like I said in my last review video, I know that a lot of people do their eye makeup after, so they have a clean face to put the foundation on. I'm just not that girl. So what I'm going to be using is the Luxe Performance Brush from Bare Minerals on one side to buff it in, and then the other side I'm going to use a Beauty Blender. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and directly apply it to my bottom part of my face, and then I'm also going to actually just use the brush to kind of hit it on top of the stick and then apply it on my forehead just to see if that makes a big difference. That might be too much, I hope it's not. Well, in the first run through, it seems to be more on the medium coverage side. Definitely, I still have some hyperpigmentation showing through, which is really annoying. So I'm gonna try and take it directly from the stick with my brush and then apply it that way. So maybe there's more coverage. Plus you end up saving a lot of product doing it that way. There was a Sephora video recently on their YouTube channel on how to save your makeup and not like waste it. And that was one of the tricks. So if you have any kind of stick, they recommend not just applying the whole stick to your face like typical, and then to apply it like this. So that ended up working out a lot better. I just think that you shouldn't have to do that. So far now the coverage is better. The only thing is I don't really like the finish so far. So I'm not sure what it's picking up texture-wise, but it's picking it up, or at least it's putting it down. I don't know. I'm not really thrilled. And it could also just be the brush. So we'll see what it's like with the Beauty Blender on the other side. But oh, that is so not transfer proof. All right, I'm hoping the Beauty Blender is a lot better. And this is dampened already. All right, so using the Beauty Blender works so much better. It definitely has much more of a smoother finish than the brush side. It's not picking up as much texture. The only thing I don't like is that it's still kind of like patchy when you blend it in. Not even just like when my finger just totally swept it up. I feel like even though this is damp, it's blending it, and then if I do any little swipe like that by accident while I'm doing the pounce, it kind of picks it up and doesn't really put it back. So I'm gonna just kind of get a couple problem areas here. Oh, by the way, I know you probably noticed already, but I woke up with like a fat lip for some reason. I don't know if I punched myself in my sleep or got a bug bite or something, because there's no blisters or anything, so it's nothing gross like that. It's just, I'm gonna go with a fat lip. I do think it's that Mirrored Spot treatment though, because it's it's the first time I tried that on the pimple I had down here, so I don't know if it blew up the pimple underneath or it's just a lot of swelling because I'm allergic to it. I don't know, but I'm not thrilled about it. And the cool part about this foundation, which is why I'm trying it, is the fact that there is its own contour stick on the other side. So each foundation shade, whichever one you get, has its own contour shade specific to your foundation shade, which I think is really cool. So I'm gonna open up the slant side here, and it looks pretty fair to me. I'm gonna try and put that up there. So it comes out like this, and let me see. So let's see how that works out. It's definitely more on the natural contour color type side, but let's see how that blends out. That was very underwhelming. Do you see that much of a difference? I guess we'll do the other side though. Gotta match. Ooh. Trust, it's not because I'm not depositing enough product, because I am. And my beauty blender is down, so I don't know what's happening. You can't call this a contour, come on. This is a light bronze, and I don't know if you can see, but it's already crumbling. It is already crumbling, and I barely even pushed on it. It's really annoying. I'm gonna apply a little bit more just to see if maybe it's the amount of product. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and do my little helmet. Alright, that went out a little bit better. Now there's a little bit more product. Maybe that was my issue. But you shouldn't have to do 2 layers of this. It should be dark enough and pigmented enough to where you do 1 swipe, 1 buff, and then you're good to go. I have to say I do like it for the top part of my face. I do like it. So I'm looking in the mirror that I have behind my camera, because I don't have a monitor like cool YouTubers. Just kidding, I'm awesome. Anyway, so I'm looking and there is definitely color, but I think this is much more of a bronzing color. It's too warm to be like a contour color, and it's not pigmented enough to really give you like a chisel. So I'm pretty disappointed on that side actually. I'm going to go ahead and set my face. Set my face as usual with the RCMA powder. And then for bronzer, I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the Sleek bronzing kit, and this is in the shade medium. So this will definitely deepen up my color just a little bit. See, that's so much better. There we go. The shade that they put in there with the foundation is just way too light. I mean, it barely even gave me like a bronze, like even just to warm up the face, not even for contour per se. Because number one, it's too warm for contour from what I can see. And number two, I mean, it was even too light to warm up my face. Like, this is warming up my face. This is making it look like I got a little bit of like a tan, you know? And that was just not doing it. Like, do you see the difference between this and this? This is very, very subtle. So if you were like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the store real quick, go get myself some like groceries or something, go do whatever. Or like, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym real quick. So overall, the finish is okay for this foundation. The contour was pretty disappointing. It's not dark enough to give you like a warming of the face even. It's just very, very, very subtle for the number one foundation stick. Now, it could be different for the darker tones. It could be a lot better, I don't know. But I have to say the foundation color definitely matched my face, so that was good. With using a brush, it definitely picked up some texture, which I was not happy about. Using the Beauty Blender, though, was a lot better. Is there hair in my mouth? But the finish of the Beauty Blender was a lot better, so I definitely recommend using a Beauty Blender with this. with applying directly to the face and then buffing it in. It definitely was very smooth. It wasn't stiff like the Makeup Forever foundation stick. Yeah, so far, I'm not a huge fan of it right now. I'd give it out of 5 stars. I'd give it about a 3.25 right now. Hopefully it'll wear really well throughout the day and it won't separate so I don't feel like it's total trash. But so far I'm not loving it, but I'm also not totally hating it. I'm gonna check in with you guys in a couple hours to see how it's wearing. See you soon. All right, hi there. It's been about 6 hours since I put my foundation on and it's breaking up a little bit, especially up through my forehead. You can probably see it there, probably down here as well. Overall, I'm still not thrilled with it. I don't absolutely hate it per se, but just overall, I don't think the coverage is as much as it should be. It's breaking up with the oils in my skin down here. Also, my lip did not shrink down in size, so hopefully an antihistamine will rectify that later. But then also you can see it's kind of still like patchy and kind of breaking up over here. 6 hours so far, it's not terrible, but I still don't love it. Let's see how it is after probably about 10 to 12. See you soon. All right, so it is 7:57 p.m., which means that I have had this foundation on for about 12 hours. And as you can obviously see, me having oily skin and using this foundation, I have become an absolute oil slick. I mean, this is like way past even shine. This is just the sun. So in terms of skin type, because I do have combo in the fall, winter, and right now I just have oily skin in the summer, this foundation did not play well with me. And I kind of hate it. Basically, the oils in my skin just separated all my makeup. You see right here, it's just smudged everywhere. My nose, almost all of it's gone. And then on my cheeks, it's just all separated here and here. And then my chin also, you can see. And then obviously the pimples that it's supposed to hide, one of them just bursted right out of there, which was really annoying. Yeah, so this is definitely not a foundation I'm going to be reaching for because number one, it's separated over the course of 12 hours. Number two, the contour stick isn't even a contour. It's barely a warming bronze. The only thing I am going to do is, because I used a different primer than I normally do, I'm going to match it with the Smashbox one since it is a Smashbox foundation. I feel like that's the best way to give it a chance considering I do use that primer a lot. And also it is another Smashbox product, so it should match properly to that. Alright, so here is tomorrow's clips using the foundation with the Smashbox primer, and let's see if it's any better. Alright, so it is 1:30 p.m. I've had this on for 6 hours, and I didn't think it could actually get worse than yesterday, but even with the Smashbox primer, and I used the regular photo finish one that's their top seller, the foundation is actually worse. I didn't think it could get worse. Sorry for my squinting, by the way, it's a little sunny. Yeah, so I didn't think it could get worse, but the wear, it didn't even stick upon first application, which I'll put the little video that I did on my phone somewhere up here. Even when I applied it, it just slid all over the place, and I let my primer sit for about 5 minutes like I always do. I set it with a powder, I put the bronzing powder, I did all the usual stuff I always do, and somehow it's even worse with its own brand's primer. Also, something I noticed with the foundation, and this is just something I had to add, so that's why I'm in a totally different environment than I was 5 seconds ago, is that it seems that with this foundation, it seems to draw down my powders. So like my bronzer was all up in this area, and now all of a sudden it just kind of like gets dragged down with the foundation. So that's another reason I do not like this foundation.
So another thing I want to point out, I know I'm doing all these bits and pieces, but things just come up to my mind. People be like, are you even wearing foundation? Literally, one of the girls who I was working with was like, Gab, I thought you were going for the natural no foundation look today. She's like, what foundation are you wearing? I was like, girl, Smashbox, don't buy it.
So this is definitely not a foundation I'll be reaching for, except to return to Sephora. Sorry Smashbox, but this stick is a fail in Gabby's book. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and I hope to catch you guys in my next foundation review.